And we are introducing a product today that takes us exactly there, and that product is called iPod.
October 2001. Steve Jobs announces the iPod in a keynote in California with the slogan, "1,000 songs at your fingertips." Originally selling for $399 upon its release in November of that year, it would achieve immediate success overnight. Initially available solely as a 5GB option, when the third generation was released in 2003, a premium 30GB model was produced. How did Apple's rivals back then, Microsoft, fare? Their attention was primarily on the media section for PC. By this time, all PCs came with Windows Media Player pre-installed, along with Windows Movie Maker, which emerged as an editing tool in YouTube's early days. Windows Media Center also became popular for high-end media centers, and even some home theaters at the time were equipped with it if they had the proper equipment. In 2004, in response to the iTunes Store, they introduced the MSN Music Store. Nevertheless, it never gained traction, and it was discontinued sometime in 2006. Nevertheless, they did not respond with a personal music device of their own, not just yet. The sharing of MP3 files and downloading music was gaining too much popularity for Microsoft to overlook, and in 2006, they finally responded with the Zune. Debuting in 2006 with the Zune 30, it featured 30GB of storage included. Initially set at $400, this would be reduced to $200 by the beginning of the autumn of 2007. During that period, smaller variants such as the Zune 4 and 8 were produced alongside a premium 80GB model, and by 2008 a 128GB version was introduced. The gadget offered several unique and impressive features back then, including song sharing with other users that had Zune, and the option to transfer songs via Wi-Fi, which was a neat idea, although it was limited to 3 times within 3 days. This was an actual good idea for Microsoft at the time. Wi-Fi was still not as popular as it is today, and 3G wireless had just started becoming the standard for most consumers. Nonetheless, regarding storage, Apple has already outperformed them by this point. Upon the release of their 6th generation iPod Classic in 2007, the highest iPod you can get is a 160GB version, which was priced at around $349, just as the Zune was having its price reduced. Even with the reduction, Apple and Microsoft continued to compete. In 2008, Apple released a 120GB model of the iPod Classic. While Zune offered a similar version, both costing $249, Microsoft thought they had found the winning opportunity. By this time, 2 years post-launch in 2008, it had merely only sold 2 million Zunes. Apple by this point sold 11 million iPods in just the 4th quarter alone of 2008, and more than 140 million since its introduction in 2001. In 2009, they made one last attempt to keep the Zune afloat with the Zune HD, which included a marketplace featuring movies, TV, and its offerings. Xbox Live Video by this point also combined with Zune to become Zune Video for the time being. Nonetheless, these gadgets had imperfections. The Zune 30 models experienced an issue with leap year management, as free-scale development to the clock driver, which affected how the device processed the leap years. Even with the fix, it caused some individuals to deplete their battery to restore the system. After 2 years, the Zune HD was phased out in 2011 as Microsoft aimed to shift users to the Windows Phone, and by 2012, Microsoft introduced an Xbox Music, effectively eliminating the Zune name altogether. In the days prior to the launch, most free software and applications on the Zune HD were taken away, and the option to download songs were no longer accessible, effectively killing the thing. By this point, iPhone and Android devices were becoming very popular with consumers, becoming the new handhelds that everybody wanted. Windows Phone ultimately became a massive market failure, and ultimately was killed at the end of 2015, effectively killing it before Windows 10 even saw the light of day. Future Red-Eye, who has appeared on the Internet Tech Report episode of Region Lockout, had something to say about Zune Video. I asked him about Zune Video and how he remembers it. Here's what he had to say.
The first time I ever heard of a Zune was a friend of mine in high school had a Zune, like he actually had a physical Zune player. Then the most experience I actually had with Zune as a property was the Zune Video Marketplace, which later went on to merge with Xbox Video temporarily until it was discontinued. Xbox Video, as you can imagine, was a marketplace on your Xbox 360 that you could buy videos on, be it movies, TV shows, whatever. I've talked about kind of the rise and fall of Xbox Video as a whole on my channel before. It's very nostalgic for me, because even when I couldn't afford to buy stuff on it, I'd watch a bunch of trailers on it. If I recall correctly, you could actually do watch parties when it was merged with the Zune, which I don't think you could do otherwise than that. So because that was my main usage with it, it's synonymous with Xbox Video to me, and it makes me think of South Park as well, because that's how I used to watch South Park a lot back in the day, was by buying individual episodes I thought sounded interesting on Xbox Video. Also bought quite a few Family Guy episodes on that as well. Something that was really cool about that era of Xbox Video in particular, specifically the 360 era, which includes the Zune era, was that you could actually download the videos to your Xbox's hard drive, which you cannot do on Xbox One. In fact, you can't do any of it anymore because Xbox Video was discontinued altogether. But by the time it came out with the Xbox One, they had already eliminated the ability to download the shit that you had purchased. But yeah, I remember it was Zune Video for a while, and then it wasn't. So again, didn't last very long, and I only knew a few people that actually had the Zune player. You know, and for what it's worth, it was a fine MP3 player. It's just the iPod was a massive name and had brand recognition. But that's all I really have to say about Zune. Like I said, that's really my exposure to it. But anyway.
Anyways, I hope you enjoyed that video on the Zune player and Zune Video. Although it tried to be the next big iPod, it never really got attention, mainly due to the iPod being the more popular brand name and many people using that and stuff. Anyways, that does it for Tech Titans Season 1. We hope to be back with Season 2 in March or a winter special down the road. Anyways, thank you for watching, take care, and make sure to subscribe.